Welcome to the Multiversus Yay or NAY series. Allow me to explain how this works. Each video we will go through one specific character. I will go over my idea for a specific unique perk that the character might have. We'll demonstrate a few possible attacks that the character might have in the game as well. And of course we'll talk about a couple alternate costumes because this game's going to have a lot of those. And then at the end of the video, I'll give my opinion. Yay, I would like to see the character, or nay, I would like to see the character. You guys are more than welcome. In fact, you're encouraged to play along down in the comments. Give me a yay, you would like to see this character, or nay, you would not like to see this character playable in Multiverses. That's it for the rules. Let's get to the main part of the video. Mordecai from the Regualr Show is next up for our Multiversus Yay or Nay series. And this one, well, okay, you can kind of go both ways with this. There will be some people that will say Mordecai should be with Rigby. They should be a duo. And there's some people that say Mordecai could be his own separate character. Rigby could be his own separate character. I'm in the boat that they both could be their own separate character. And I will have a few examples for moves where Mordecai's by himself, right? He doesn't need Rigby for his moveset, at least the way that I came up with it. So let's jump into that, right? I guess technically, before we get into the moveset, got to go over the unique perk I came up with for him. So the unique perk, we're calling it the Sandwich of Life. Come on. It's this. You guys know, right? Anybody that watched the Regualr Show, you should know what you should know what this is. But here's how the perk works, right? So Mordecai will be able to utilize the Sandwich of Life. When this perk is equipped, Mordecai will have some sort of prompt under his character that will be, it'll just be ready to go. Press the prompt whenever you want. Maybe not right away at the beginning of battle, but over time, I hate using the meter-based idea again because that's kind of overdone, but for example, it's a meter, but over time, it builds up, it charges up, right? And then once the prompt is ready, it'll be below the character, and once you press the prompt, Mordecai summons a random sandwich, and then he has the option to eat that sandwich. And what does the sandwich do? Well, if you're in a 1v1 or if you're in a 2v2 with a teammate, once you eat that sandwich, and if you're in a 2v2, your teammate as well will both heal a significant chunk of health. This might be only like a once per game type of ability, but it will still be a major game changer. Healing a ton of damage can really swing the tide of battle. You're coming down to your last stock versus their last stock. They're at 10%, you're at 110%. You hit this, or you eat the sandwich, and say for example, you heal 100%. You're back at even playing field. Nobody's got the upper hand. Now you got to just go for it, right? So just a really fun way to utilize, the Sandwich of Life. Come on, please. That needs to be in there somewhere. Move number one that we're going to go with. I'm going to go with, it's what I would say would be a projectile, a neutral special. I always like to try to come up with at least one projectile per character. And this one's just a simple one. It's just Mordecai throwing a rock. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's what he does. I tried to find stuff that only he does, that you don't need to rely on Rigby to utilize for a moveset. So just a simple rock throw. Nothing crazy. Just throws a rock, right? Maybe, you could wind up the rock, but I think it's more just press the button and he throws a rock. It's a simple projectile idea. It gives, he has a ranged move to utilize now. Your opponent's trying to recover off stage, try to get back on stage, I should say. You want to try to snipe him with a rock? Well, guess what? Throw a rock at him. Sure, why not? It's nothing crazy, like I said, but it's something he does, and I think it could work. Move number two, we have to reference this. The bicycle kick of death. That is right. Basically, Mordecai will do like a flip in the air. You guys know, anybody that follows soccer, or even if you don't, a bicycle kick. You basically flip in the air. You kind of do like a slower 360 flip in the air while leading with your foot, and the foot's the one that ends up catching the opponent. It's perfect. Maybe this is an up smash-like attack. Maybe it's a strong attack. Again, I have no idea what smash attacks are going to be called in Multiverses, but it's kind of that same idea. This gives him good range. No, well, not range, but good coverage above him. And then, since he's doing a full circle, it will cover, an area in front of him, and then above him, and then behind him, as the animation goes along. So depending on where the opponent is and depending on how you time this attack, this would be absolutely perfect. And yes, if there's projectiles, this attack will definitely reflect that projectile. A reflectile, if you will, back at your opponent. So, come on, bicycle kick of death. Perfect. Move number 3, we're going to go with the good old thrust kick. This could work as a forward smash, forward strong type of an attack. Maybe if we make it a quick attack, it could be just a forward tilt like attack. Basically, Mordecai, like, he's got long legs, right? Why not utilize the legs that he's got, right? So he just stands there and kicks one foot forward, maybe at a 45-degree angle upwards, so it can catch, depending on maybe where platforms are placed and depending on the type of stage you're on. You know, maybe it could catch somebody slightly above you, but he's got those long legs. Put him to use. Why not? Thrust kick, simple idea. It's decent range, right, for a melee attack, right? But yeah, Mordecai's kind of got like a moveset that you could do multiple things with. He can do the scrappy, punchy, kicky style. He's got other actual weapons that he's used, like he's got some sort of weird stick that he's used. He's got his beak. I mean, come on, peck attacks, you could use that in there as well. You got the rock throw that I said earlier. Like, he can kind of do a little bit of everything. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He's like, even recovery purpose. Like, first of all, he's a bird, but he's got this other, I guess we'll call ability. It's the death jump, right? Which he jumps so high in the air. It's just like, he really is kind of like, he can kind of do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of like one of those perfect, we'll say, beginner type characters. Like, you first pick up the game and you're like, oh man, who do I play first? Who's kind of good at everything? Who's kind of like that beginner friendly type character? Mordecai could really be that type of character. And, well, I gave you guys a few examples there, but yeah, the thrust kick for sure, perfect. It works. It works. Moving on to the alternate costume portion of the video. Well, let's start off with something simple, a tuxedo. Man, I kind of use tuxedo. I use this idea for a lot of kids. So many characters dress up in a tuxedo. It's almost like it's a common look for pretty much everybody. Weird, huh? But you could give them the tuxedo look, sure. Not a problem, not a problem. What else could you get? If you want to go really simple, although this probably works better as maybe just a taunt where he just kind of like tilts his sunglasses down a little bit. You know, he's giving you the look, but the sunglasses, I think that probably works better as a taunt. Yeah, that makes more sense. But how about maybe another one? What about like that green hoodie that he was wearing? Yeah, it's a green hoodie. that's all it is. But like, it's just simple clothing options. It's alternate costumes. We know what it is. But yeah, that's what we got for today. Mordecai from the Regualr Show. Let me know what you guys got down in the comments. Yay, you want to see Mordecai in Multiversus as a playable character, or nay, you don't want to. But that is it for that portion of the video. Now we get into the updated stat portion, and here it comes. And starting with the first two characters from the series, Daffy Duck, Samurai Jack. Here are their updated stats. Daffy Duck, look at that. He's still at 100%. Dude, that's crazy. Daffy Duck, 114 total votes so far. Every single vote has been a yes. So he's still at 100% yes to no ratio. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. And then Samurai Jack over there on the right-hand side, he is now up to 89 total votes. 85 of those are yays and 4 nays. So percentage-wise, still very solid. 95.5% of people, yes to no ratio. That's crazy. That's crazy. So many people want to see so many characters. But speaking of characters, we still got a few more to keep rolling on. So there's your first two. Our next two in the series were the Animaniacs and Fred Flintstone. So Animaniacs up first on the left-hand side there. 84 total votes for them overall. 80 of those are yeses, 4 of those are no's. And the Animaniacs actually come in with a 95.23%, which is actually up 0.3% from last week. So, oh, by the way, Samurai Jack, I didn't mention it, but he was also slightly up percentage points from last week. So, headed in the right direction too from the last slide. But then another character that's on this slide, Fred Flintstone, he is now up to 75 total votes. 70 of those are yeses, 5 of those are no's. And his percentage, Fred comes in with a 93.33%, which is also up 0.38% from last week. everybody's trending in the positive direction so far, so that's pretty cool. But now that means we got to check out the 2 characters from last week, and those characters happen to be Godzilla and Ben 10. So Godzilla was up first. He has 82 total votes. 71 of those were yeses, and he has the most nays out of every character so far. It's only 6 characters in the series. Actually, we have 8, but we don't have the 2 stats for the 7 and 8th character. Scorpion from yesterday, and of course Mordecai for today. We'll get their stats next week. But Godzilla, 11 nays, 71 yays. So look at his percent. I mean, 86.58% is still like banger. Like that is still that's like high B, very low B plus range. Like that's nothing bad. That's not bad at all. But when everybody else is 93 and above, yeah, he's in last place technically. But Ben 10 though, he's sitting in a pretty good spot. Ben 10, I thought this would be an interesting character to do, and yes, he was. 85 characters, 85 total votes for Ben 10. 82 of them were yeses, and only 3 no's. So Ben 10, technically percentage-wise, and eventually I will rearrange the series so we go by top percentage to lowest percentage. But Ben 10 is technically in second place out of the 6 characters so far with a 96.47% yes to no ratio. That is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Like I said a little bit earlier, we'll be back next week. New updated stats. We'll get the ones for Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and of course for Mordecai from the Regualr Show, which is today's video. But that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I guess I'll see ya when I'm looking at ya.